Imagine uncovering a centuries-old map that appears to defy everything we know about history, a map that seems to depict parts of the world before they were officially discovered. The Piri Reis Map, created over 500 years ago by an Ottoman admiral and master cartographer, holds secrets that have puzzled historians, cartographers, and conspiracy theorists alike. One detail stands out above the rest. The map seems to show the coastline of Antarctica, a continent officially discovered centuries later and covered by miles of ice. This discovery raises so many questions. How did an ancient mapmaker know what lay beneath the ice? Did he have access to ancient sources lost to history? Or could this be evidence of advanced civilizations that existed before recorded history? And if this knowledge did exist, where did it come from and why did it vanish? Today, we're diving deep into the enigma of the Piri Reis Map. From tales of ancient explorers to theories of lost civilizations, join us as we explore the clues hidden in this mysterious map. Stay with us to discover whether this map holds the key to a forgotten chapter of human history, or if it's simply a trick of the past. The story of the Piri Reis Map begins with its creator, an Ottoman admiral and skilled cartographer named Piri Reis. Known for his expertise in navigation and map-making, Piri Reis was a prominent figure in the early 1500s, navigating treacherous seas and gathering knowledge from sailors across the Mediterranean. Drawing on these accounts, he meticulously compiled maps, charts, and details from explorers' stories to create his most famous work, the Piri Reis Map of 1513. But it wasn't until 1929 that historians stumbled upon this map in the archives of Topkapi Palace in Istanbul. Researchers cataloging the palace's ancient artifacts discovered this map drawn on a fragment of gazelle skin. At first glance, it seemed to depict parts of Europe, Africa, and the Americas with astonishing accuracy for a 16th-century artifact. Yet as scholars looked closer, they found an anomaly that defied historical understanding. The map seemed to show the northern coastline of Antarctica, an icy landmass supposedly unknown to the world until the 19th century. This revelation stunned historians. How could an Ottoman admiral in 1513, with limited tools and no advanced navigation systems, have mapped areas that wouldn't be discovered for another 300 years? Even more puzzling, the coastline on the map seemed to depict Antarctica without the ice that now covers it. This detail led some researchers to question whether ancient civilizations might have explored these lands long before modern history acknowledges. But how did Piri Reis acquire such seemingly impossible knowledge? According to his own notes, he relied on sources from older maps, some allegedly dating back to the time of Alexander the Great. Piri Reis himself claimed that he had drawn upon the wisdom of ancient navigators, suggesting that a deep, enduring knowledge of distant lands had been preserved across generations and cultures. As researchers delved deeper, the mystery of the Piri Reis Map only grew. The map doesn't just defy historical timelines, it challenges what we thought we knew about ancient exploration and cartography. Was this map the result of one man's brilliance and resourcefulness, or does it hint at an ancient, advanced knowledge predating known civilizations? With these questions in mind, we now turn to the theories that seek to explain how such a map could exist. Some say it's evidence of a lost civilization, while others believe it's simply a remarkable compilation of ancient knowledge. But one thing is clear, the Piri Reis Map is far more than a simple cartographic artifact. It's a puzzle waiting to be solved. To unravel the mystery of the Piri Reis Map, researchers have proposed various theories about its origins and the knowledge it might reveal. The first theory suggests that the map reflects ancient knowledge from a lost civilization, one with advanced cartographic skills that might have mapped Earth's coastlines long before modern history acknowledges. Supporters of this theory point to the map's uncanny accuracy, especially the depiction of the Antarctic coastline without ice. They argue that, if accurate, this detail would imply an advanced civilization existed during a time when Antarctica was ice-free, possibly tens of thousands of years ago. Could this civilization have possessed technology and knowledge lost to the sands of time? Some historians draw parallels to legends of Atlantis, suggesting that such a civilization may have been wiped out in a cataclysm, leaving only remnants like the Piri Reis Map. The second theory posits that the map is a compilation of even older maps, created by ancient explorers from cultures like the Phoenicians or ancient Greeks, who were known for their navigation skills. Piri Reis himself wrote in the margins of his map that he had used charts from older maps of the seas, which were said to date back to the time of Alexander the Great. If Piri Reis indeed drew from such ancient sources, it raises questions about the extent of pre-modern exploration and whether these early civilizations traveled farther than previously thought. However, this theory also has its challenges. If such maps existed, how did they survive through the centuries, passing knowledge from one culture to another? And why haven't we found more evidence of these ancient maps in other artifacts? Supporters believe that ancient libraries and archives, like the famed Library of Alexandria, may have once held such records, but they were lost in the fires and destruction that claimed so many ancient texts. Then there's a more skeptical take. Some researchers argue that the features on the map aren't Antarctica at all, but rather misinterpreted or exaggerated coastlines of South America or Africa. This interpretation, they suggest, would mean that the Piri Reis map isn't evidence of lost knowledge, but simply an impressive feat of ancient cartography with no extraordinary implications. Each theory raises its own questions, and none have fully satisfied historians. Could this map be evidence of a forgotten civilization with advanced knowledge, or is it a well-preserved patchwork of ancient explorers' observations? The mystery persists, drawing us deeper into a story that seems to bridge the gap between history and myth. As we move forward, let's examine the scientific perspective and what skeptics have to say about the Piri Reis map, revealing another layer of intrigue in this ongoing puzzle. For all the theories suggesting that the Piri Reis map holds lost knowledge or ancient secrets, scientists have offered alternative explanations that ground this artifact in a more familiar reality. Many scholars believe that the Piri Reis map, while remarkable, may not actually depict Antarctica. Instead, they propose that the mystery coastline is an exaggerated interpretation of the southern tips of South America or Africa, blended together by the cartographer's limited knowledge of these regions. Some researchers point out that mapmakers of the time often filled in gaps with imaginative details. It was common practice to draw coastlines and features based on limited knowledge or second-hand accounts, leading to inaccuracies and distortions. In this context, the so-called Antarctic coastline on the Piri Reis map might be a case of artistic license or a misinterpretation of geographical knowledge available in the early 1500s. Scientists also question the claims about Antarctica's ice-free coastline. Geologists suggest that even tens of thousands of years ago, Antarctica was likely covered in ice, as it has been for millions of years. So, even if ancient civilizations had somehow mapped the southernmost parts of Earth, they would not have seen an ice-free Antarctica as depicted. This casts doubt on the idea that the Piri Reis map could represent a detailed, ancient survey of the continent. Moreover, skeptics argue that if such knowledge existed in ancient times, we would see more consistent evidence of advanced navigation or cartographic skills across other artifacts. Instead, the Piri Reis map remains a unique anomaly, and skeptics believe this uniqueness might suggest it was simply an exceptional map by an innovative cartographer, rather than a window into lost knowledge. Despite these grounded explanations, the mystery of the Piri Reis map persists. For every scientific argument, there seems to be a question that lingers, one that the skeptics themselves acknowledge. If the Piri Reis map is indeed based on earlier sources, who created those sources, and how accurate were they? Could there be lost records that might one day help us understand how Piri Reis was able to map parts of the world with such detail? The skepticism around the Piri Reis map doesn't diminish its allure. If anything, it fuels the desire to understand what inspired this creation. The map may be a product of speculation or artistic license, but its story reminds us of the limitations of historical records and the tantalizing possibility that there's more to our past than we realize. The Piri Reis map remains one of history's most intriguing puzzles, capturing the curiosity of researchers, historians, and mystery enthusiasts alike. Its mysterious details and the questions it raises about ancient knowledge have kept it relevant over centuries, inspiring countless theories and debates. But what is it about this map that continues to spark fascination long after its discovery? Part of the map's allure lies in the possibility that it hints at a lost chapter of human history. If the map truly reflects ancient sources, it suggests that ancient navigators may have known far more about the world than previously believed. This raises an unsettling question. How much knowledge from past civilizations might have been lost over time? In an age when much of what we know about ancient societies comes from fragments, the Piri Reis Map stands as a tantalizing clue that our understanding of history may be incomplete. In recent years, modern technology has allowed researchers to analyze the map in greater detail, attempting to unlock its secrets through digital reconstruction and image analysis. But while these studies have provided new insights, they haven't resolved the most fundamental questions. Who created the maps that Piri Reis used as sources, and how accurate were those sources in representing the world? Without clear answers, the map continues to hold on to its secrets, keeping the mystery alive. Some historians believe that one day, perhaps through an archaeological discovery or the emergence of new historical evidence, we might find the missing pieces that explain the map's origins. Others argue that the Piri Reis Map may never be fully understood, destined to remain a historical enigma that reflects the limits of our knowledge. And yet, it's this very ambiguity that makes the Piri Reis Map so captivating. It challenges us to consider the possibility that ancient civilizations possessed wisdom and skills that we've yet to comprehend fully. Could there be other artifacts like this, hidden in archives or buried under centuries of history, waiting to challenge what we think we know? In the end, the Piri Reis Map stands as both a symbol of human curiosity and a reminder of history's many mysteries. Until we uncover the truth, it will continue to inspire and perplex, drawing us deeper into the unknown. The Piri Reis Map remains an enigma, a historical puzzle that refuses to yield all its secrets. From theories of lost civilizations to ancient explorers and skeptical explanations, we've explored the many possibilities surrounding this ancient artifact. Yet after centuries of study and debate, one question still lingers. Did ancient mapmakers know far more about our world than we give them credit for? Whether it's a glimpse into lost knowledge or a simple masterpiece of cartography, the Piri Reis Map continues to captivate and inspire. Its story reminds us of history's many mysteries, and the possibility that our understanding of the past may still hold surprises.